Ngcuka, or Executive Director as she is now known, cleared her morning when she heard we wanted to chat about Madiba. She was due to fly out of the country the next day on UN business, but Nelson Mandela still comes first.
I often think about the world that is without Madiba and how much you actually miss him. And in the United Nations, where he is so loved.
The UN is lauded for the role it played in ending apartheid, something never lost on the former president, who made several trips here before, during and after his presidency.
I hope that people can relate to me as a South African, because the work that I do is about galvanizing solidarity, something that we South Africans know a lot about, something that we learnt a lot from the United Nations.
The news of Madiba's passing is a day millions around the world will never forget. Do you recall what you were doing at the time?
I was actually sitting in a meeting of with member states who are the Friends of UN Women, and we were plotting and planning how we're gonna push forward with the campaign to celebrate Beijing +20. And a member of my staff just came in and brought me a little note. By that time, people's phones were sending messages, and the meeting just collapsed.
You served in Madiba's cabinet. He appointed you Deputy Trade and Industry Minister. He saw something in you that you perhaps weren't aware of at the time. Is it fair, therefore, to say that he shaped the trajectory your career would follow?
Definitely. There is no doubt about that. Because I am a teacher by profession. I was not initiated in matters that had to do with trade, and in fact, I did ask him, Tata, do you think I'm going to manage this? He said, yes, you have to learn, and you have to surround yourself with people who know what you're supposed to do, who will support you, but you must be decisive. That's the important thing. But also he went on to say to me, you know that I've been a prisoner for a long time. No one trained me to be a president of a country. I don't think I'm doing a bad job. And that was it.
She says he was a very consultative leader who managed a cabinet of national unity which had the potential to descend into chaos but didn't. And then there was the fatherly figure who could easily cross the line between business and the personal.
Went to see him. He was sitting in the little private room, and asked how I was, how were the children, and so on. Then he said, I'm worried about your weight. What? Oh, yes, it's not healthy. You know, you could have you could develop high blood pressure, diabetes. You have to walk, and you work a lot, and therefore, because you work a lot, you must know that you must give your body time to work out. And you must eat properly. And he went on to suggest the vegetables I must eat, and so on and so on. And then, okay, thanks, Dad. And then I waited for the seriousness. Then I waited. Said, okay, that was all. Oh. I was like, wow.
Not something every man should say to a woman, particularly in the workplace.
Only that I could get away with that, yeah. But I mean, I'm so thankful, you know, because I made an effort.
Do you feel that South Africa today, its socio-political landscape in particular, accurately reflects the legacy that has come to characterize Nelson Mandela?
Yes, absolutely. I think that a lot of people think about South Africa, think Mandela, think solidarity, think resilience of the people of South Africa and how we fought and ended apartheid. And as a result of that, I think a lot is expected of us. And the fact that Mandela is also a uniting figure for the people of South Africa. Whether you are Holomisa, you are Malema, you are ANC, you are Patricia de Lille, everybody believes in the dream that Mandela gave to us. So it gives us something to go back to whenever we differ. And I think right now we need that so much, both to live up to the values that Nelson Mandela represented and to find ways to address the issues that divide us, and that makes our democracy robust also, but do not have to create chaos and division in our country. Madiba had tolerance for difference. He was able to work with the people he disagreed with, and that's the strength of our democracy, and that's what he left with us. And I think that we need to remind ourselves about all of that and to use it to take the country forward.
A lesson well learned, one imagines, but nothing quite like having a great teacher, we suspect. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.